Amber here. You know what would tickle me in my special place? If you would subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Now, enjoy. We've got a returning guest tonight, Robert E. Blackmon, who is a great inspirational speaker on TikTok, as well as a funny presenter as well. So let's bring him in. Robert, come on in. Hi there, Robert.
Hi, Amber. How are you? Oh, wait, hold on. Happy Pride.
Thank you. Did you go to any celebrations or take part in anything?
No, because in Canada here we are still very much on lockdown, and so we're taking the precautions. However, we're in farm country, so we have lots of space, so it's all good.
Oh, good. All right. So, Robert, you were doing your TikTok, your inspirational messages every
My
day.
positive vibes, yes.
Yes. And but then you decided to write a book. Tell us what prompted you writing this book.
So COVID, actually, long story short, back in March of 2020, my mother was one of the first diagnosed and admitted patients in the hospital. So she's in Michigan, and we don't know exactly, but she was in around the first 10,000 people who was diagnosed and actually put on a ventilator with COVID. So it sort of transpired through just the notes and the experiences of the book. And so my mom lived, thankfully, but she was on the ventilator for 15 days and she was in the hospital for 79 days. And early on in the pandemic, if you were on a ventilator for more than 4 or 5 days, it was like, forget it. And she said, I wasn't ready. I still have stuff to do. And so the book really came out of those experiences. So there are lots of interviews from the healthcare workers, some people who are clergy, and experiences just from friends who experienced the pandemic. And I was never going to be a part of the book, but I couldn't really tell the story without my own personal connection. So when we talked last time with you, me, and Church Muva, I was very much in the scenario, in the situation, and very few people knew. And TikTok and being able to channel my energy into other things actually, I think, saved me, because it was like, I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
So you were in Canada, your mother was in Michigan. Were you able to visit her?
Still not. She was there, and I'm her only child. And so, and my father has been deceased for a dozen years. And so every decision that was made was via phone with the doctors and the nurses and a couple of my mom's best friends. And so it's not my story, it's their story. And I love the fact that they are able to share in their own words what they were going through. So, as I like to say, Amber, we all have our own personal stories about COVID. We all have been touched in some way, even if we didn't experience personally COVID. We at least are aware of what it is because it's affected our livelihoods and so forth. But these individuals give a firsthand account, and so I try not to be too judgmental on people for the decisions they make, even though they may not be the choices that I would make. But I always say, unless you've walked in somebody's shoes, you have no idea what they've been through. And so this book is to hopefully give people an idea, if they're on the fence about whether or not they should vaccine, if they are on the fence about if any of this is real, and even if they've experienced it, it's at least something that they can go, somebody else gets this, So it's a story of hope.
Well, how exciting. Now, how did you get it published?
So I was a self-publisher. So I've published 3 books and self-published. And my thing is, it was timely. And I didn't want to go through all of the rigmarole with trying to. I don't think that it was something that it wasn't that I couldn't get it published. It was just such a personal situation that I just felt like I needed to tell the story in my own way, in my own time. And I'm very grateful because both in the United States and in Canada, because it's on Amazon. It's gone on the bestseller list on both. So I am extremely happy. I'm extremely fortunate that people are enjoying. I don't like to use the word enjoy, but they are at least favoring the book and what the experience is. So we're very, very lucky.
So how does one go about self-publishing a book?
Oh, there it is. So it can be a bit scary for some people if you've never been through the procedure, but it's actually not that difficult. And what I've been telling people, because everybody has a story, right? You run into people all the time, and I'm sure on your show you get people all the time that says, "Oh, I should write a book. Oh, I got a book. You know, there are 2, 3 books in me." What I tell people now, and it's actually how it helped me this time. This book was different from the others in that I would write a few lines and then I would cry because I would be reliving the experience. Well, what I did and what I suggest people do, just take your phone or a recorder, and every computer now has the dictation, like the dictaphone kind of capability. Just press record and talk. Just share your experiences into the recording, and then you can capture all of that. And then you have, I mean, obviously you have to sort your thoughts out, but then there are several after effect apps that you can use, Amazon and Blurb, and there are a dozen or so where you can publish a picture book or just a written book or an audio book. There are many ways that you can do it, but it becomes a passion and a labor of love. And if you've never published before, there can be a bit of a learning curve, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Money out of your pocket?
None, not a
Oh,
dime, not a dime. It's print on demand. So basically, if any of your watchers want to purchase Courage Behind the Mask, whether it's in the paperback or in the digital Kindle form, they just go to Amazon.com, type in the book or my name. It comes up. They click the button, either which one they want. In less than a week, it's printed and shipped right to them. So I'm out of pocket at there's no expense. It's just the time of putting it all together. So it is, I recommend it even to experienced authors. I suggest they do this because now, Amber, we are in this age of like we're in this age where you can promote anything yourself
yeah.
if you have the tenacity, you have to have the tenacity and the will. By the way, you deserve a Sunday off, damn it. Like after 60 some shows, I mean, that's a commitment. And so you deserve that. And hats off to you. Thank you so much, because you in this pandemic has given us a voice, a platform to speak where most other places were shut down. So I thank you for that.
Well, I thank you for coming along for the ride. All right. So during the pandemic, in early days of the pandemic,
Yes,
TikTok just exploded. It had been there for a while, but all of a sudden people had nothing else to do. So they were
that's
doing
right.
their TikToks. Is
That's
it
right.
waning down now?
So I wouldn't say it's winding down, but it's different. Like when I was on your show the first time, I don't remember how many views I had, but I was gaining some momentum for, a middle-aged black guy. I was because originally it was for kids. TikTok was for kids with the dances and things. Since the last time or since that first time that I was on your show, I now have, as Russell said, I have 1.4 million followers. I'm verified on the app as well as other apps. I have had many endorsement deals with many brands, and I have a huge brand that I can't talk about just yet, but it'll be out in a couple of weeks. And it's something that most of you all have seen. It's a brand that you will all see, but it's all come through TikTok. So TikTok is morphing because there are lots of people that are over the age of 30 who are now getting discovered on the app. And I think from the commercial standpoint, film, TV, and all that kinds of stuff, they are able to pluck talent that they never would have seen in a casting. And so it's different because the stakes are higher. You know, if you are a professional, you can have your business here. For instance, my entire business is now online. It wasn't before. So everything that I do, they contact me through this little box. And so that's how TikTok has really changed the game. They've made Instagram step up. They've made the Book of Faces step up. They've made every other platform really step up because they are the Louis B. Mayer of this age. It's amazing.
Well, fascinating. Well, I want you to come back here and tell us about your big announcement.
I will.
When you're ready.
I promise. I will.
I'm excited about that. Well, thank you so much, Robert. We're going to let's show the cover of the book one more time.
Yes, ma'am. It's Courage Behind the Mask, a story of life, death, and surviving COVID-19. It is about the survival of my mom and her journey, her TikTok journey. There she is. There's Miss Claire Blackmons.
Oh, I love the hat.
In her church hat, yeah, in her Aretha Franklin hat. Yeah, she's so sweet. She's a sweet woman.
Oh,
so thank you so much for that.
I'm so sorry you haven't been able to see her though. Oh,
we do this. We do this actually. Yeah. So it's good. So we'll see each other soon. It'll be soon. She's alive and well, and so that is what's most important.
Oh. Well, when you can hug her one for me too. Please.
I will. I will. Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We'll have you back later on in the show. So
sounds good.
Thank you, Robert. Yes. So fascinating. So you want to write a book every day? Write something down. Speak it into a recorder. Robert knows how to do it. Fascinating. That was great. Thanks for watching. We love our fans, but you know who we love more? Our subscribers. Yes. So why don't you go right now and push that subscribe button? Then you'll know when we release our new videos, and we release new ones every week. Yes, and while you're at it, leave a comment. And you know what? One of my overworked interns just might respond to you. Oh, what the heck? If I'm bored, I might even write back to you. Wouldn't that be great? And while you're at it, tell all your friends to watch Amber Live every Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Thank you.